point for Leicester on opening weekend of the brand new Premier League season, following the 2-2 draw against Brentford at the King Power. However, a trip to the Emirates is now on the agenda for the Foxes as we take on Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. Today, I'll be breaking down Leicester's first away game of the season and some potential tactics which could lead to a result for Leicester in North London. All we discuss, boys and girls, in today's video as we get into the second match preview of the new season. Here we go. Yes, lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Just thought I'd go on to discuss Arsenal and the Leicester. Drop a like on today's video if you boys are going to enjoy it, and subscribe as well if you guys have not already. That would be massively appreciated. And most importantly, let me know your thoughts and opinions ahead of this clash in the comment section down below. Yeah, I'm going to start off thing. Let's discuss Arsenal and the Leicester, and let's get into this match preview, boys. Right then, predicted lineup set ahead of this match against Arsenal. Of course, in Leicester's first game of the Premier League season, we opted with this 3-5-1-1 type of formation with Danny Ward in goal, the back three of Fofana, Evans and Marty, the midfield with obviously Castagna and Justin being those wing backs, Tielemans and Didi Dewsbury in the middle, Maddison just in behind Vardy up top. Now, obviously, for most of the Brentford game, apart from the last 25 minutes or so, this formation worked fairly well. With defensively, we looked good, we created some good chances, and overall, I thought this formation suited Leicester, and it looked like, it was working quite nicely. That midfield area being very key as well, especially tomorrow. It's going to be 35 degrees tomorrow. I'm hot filming this right now, and it's only on the Friday. So tomorrow, Leicester can't be chasing after Arsenal for the whole game. At times, you want to control the play. Just play midfield and slow the game down at times. Having those four players in there with lots of Didi, Dewsbury, Tielemans, Maddison, it could really help Leicester to do that tomorrow. The formation I think we'll go with against Arsenal is as follows. Pretty much the same. That 3/5 back type of formation. You got three players in midfield, and obviously you got Maddison supporting the striker up top as well, just in behind. In goal then, I'll be going with Danny Ward. I think, did alright against Brentford, but this is going to be a massive test now for Ward. Also, we are linked with a third choice keeper right now in Smithy, so big up to the Smiths. But yeah, right wing back Castagna, simple as that, fantastic against Brentford. The three centre backs, one change in here. Marty drops out for Sionchi. I think these three centre backs need to be very good on the ball, and I think Sionchi is slightly better than Marty in that type of area. And I think overall, so Evans and Fofana of course remain. Justin at left wing back, I think is pretty much going to be there. Midfield three, key area, Didi, Dewsbury and Tielemans. For me, this area is going to be where the game is won and lost. Coming up against of Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, you got Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Saka coming in there as well. So these three are going to be crucial. James Maddison just in behind Jamie Vardy up top. I think them two obviously going to work best alongside each other, and I think Maddison is probably your best player right now. So yeah, boys, that is my team for the game. On paper, that side is very strong and it's more than capable of going to Arsenal, defending quite deeply, defending well and hitting Arsenal on the counter-attack with the players which is Dewsbury, we can drive that ball forward. Obviously you got Maddison and Vardy, who's obviously the standard threat. Tielemans in there as well, we can find those balls in behind nicely as well. I think going forward and attacking, Leicester are fine really. Obviously scored 2 against Brentford. Last year he scored loads of goals. I think going forward we don't need to worry about that. It's just that defensive area in this game. It's going to be a real test. You got 35 degrees, the sun's beating down, you need to stay very concentrated, and any mistake and Arsenal are going to punish you with lots of Jesus, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, whoever's going to play. So it's going to be a big test tomorrow for Leicester. The key thing tomorrow for Leicester is just staying in the game as long as possible. We all know that Leicester aren't going to go to the Emirates tomorrow and, control the play, smash Arsenal 3-0. It might happen, but it's probably not going to happen. So for me, the main thing tomorrow, first 30 minutes, keep it 0-0, and then try and grow it into the game. Because, Leicester, the team is very capable of growing into this game and really trying to attack Arsenal. It sounds obvious, but obviously we need to watch out for set pieces. Last year we did concede 2 goals against Arsenal from set pieces very early on in the game, and especially this year, if Leicester concede a set piece within 10 minutes in the game, we're going to be stuck because Arsenal, the confidence in that team is very high right now, and like I said, we just need to maintain Arsenal for as long as possible, really. The key players for Leicester in tomorrow's game, I think Danny Ward is definitely one to focus at. I think, if Leicester are going to come away with a point or maybe 3 points, Danny Ward is going to have a very good performance. The whole back five really is going to be key, and then you look at the transition players, which is Keenan Dewsbury and James Maddison in there as well. So yeah, I think defensively it's just a thing we need to focus on tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a big test for Leicester, but I do back us to put a good performance out and potentially get a result. However, though, that is going to be very difficult as we come up against the Arsenal side full of confidence. Last time out for Arsenal in their first game, obviously they picked up a 2-0 win against Crystal Palace away from home, a very good performance at Selhurst Park. As you will note, with the signings of Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko and William Saliba returning back to the side, Arsenal are a much stronger team this year as well. To be honest, boys, if Arsenal turn up on their top game, I don't think we stand a chance, but I still think we can get something from the game, I really do. But yeah, talking tactics once again then. This is a team which started in Arsenal's first game of the season against Crystal Palace. As we can see, the 4-3-3 formation, Ramsdale in goal, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White at right back, midfield of Xhaka, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard in the front three of Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli. Of course, a very balanced midfield in the likes of Xhaka, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard who can progress. You've got attacking fullbacks, especially in Zinchenko, and of course that front three is very deadly as well with the pace of Saka and Martinelli and that instinctive finish of Gabriel Jesus there as well. So if we compare both sides then from the opening games of the season, obviously sticking to the similar formations, Arsenal have a lot of width. They're going to be stretching Leicester out wide. You've got Zinchenko, Martinelli on one side, you've got Ben White and potentially Saka on the other, and that's going to be difficult for Leicester. But if you look in the middle of the pitch in that midfield area, Leicester have a lot of bodies in there as well. So for me, I think Leicester are going to try and force Arsenal out wide, and Arsenal maybe putting a lot of crosses in tomorrow's game. That is going to mean Leicester's wing backs are going to be very busy. Of course, Justin and Castagna are going to be probably the two which do start tomorrow. William Saliba and Gabriel, we've got Ben White and Zinchenko in there as well. That's a very strong back four. However, I do think that Leicester could potentially attack that, because if we look at the Crystal Palace game, Arsenal did give away quite a few chances throughout that game. And, you know, if you replace lots of Eze with Vardy, I think you're probably going to score. So I think Leicester will have a few chances in the game tomorrow. It's just a matter if we can take them. And overall, the one key deciding factor in the game is going to be control. I think it's just going to be a matter of who has the ball a bit more and who can, you know, attack at times, because to be honest, I think the heat is going to play a real part in the game tomorrow. It's just a case of which side can potentially manage the hot weather better, really. Let's take a look then at the headlines from Brendan Rodgers and Mikel Arteta's press conferences ahead of this fixture. Learnings from Leicester versus Brentford. Looking after the details, that is important for us. We had a total comfort in the game at 2-0. Then we lost a bit of organisation from a throw-in. That resulted in a goal, and then all of a sudden, it gives momentum to the other team. Talking about Arsenal then, for me, Arsenal have gone to a new level. With the three boys who have come in, they have really given the squad the confidence and given Mikel Arteta the tools to play and how he wants to play. They have a good pre-season and started well against Crystal Palace. On the hot weather, the heat will always have a bearing on the intensity of the game, and the importance of keeping possession of the ball is greater too. Of course, over the 90 minutes, it does have an impact, but you have to deal with these situations when they arise. Here's what Wilfred Ndidi had to say ahead of the game. If we stick to our tactics and then do everything properly, I think we can get something out of the game. So the main headlines then from Brendan Rodgers' pre-match press conference, focusing on the game. Obviously there was some transfer talk in there as well, but yeah, that's what we had to say about the game. Obviously the heat, like I said, being a big factor. Wilfred Ndidi is fairly confident as well ahead of the game with Leicester. If we can do everything right, as Wilfred Ndidi says, we have a chance of getting a result, because, you know, on our day, Leicester can beat anyone. Here's some headlines then from Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta speaking on Kieran Tierney. He played 15 to 20 minutes last week and did really well. He looks perfect in condition now and ready to go. Arteta on team news then. They've been reintegrated into training this week, all of them. Tommy Vieira and Emil Smith-Rowe, some of them will be in the squad tomorrow. So, as we always do, let's look at some stats then between the two sides provided by OneFootball. Arsenal have won their last 3 Premier League matches against Leicester, scoring 7 goals and conceding just 1. The Gunners have last had 4 consecutive league victories over the Foxes between February 1999 and December 2000. Leicester have won just 1 of the last 25 away league matches against Arsenal, drawing 4 and losing 20. A 1-0 win in October 2022, the Foxes have lost more away top flight matches against the Gunners than any other side, 35. There we go then, there's some stats then between the two sides. Pretty interesting, obviously it doesn't really matter, but you know, obviously we know Leicester don't have the best record against Arsenal at all. As always then, wrapping up the match previews, it's time for my score prediction then ahead of the game. I haven't thought about this, I'm literally just going to say it now, whatever comes to my mind. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to go with an Arsenal 2, Leicester 2. I think it's going to be another 2-2 draw, to be honest. To be honest, I'll definitely take that. I can't really see Leicester keeping a clean sheet. It could definitely be a 2-0, a 3-0 win or a 3-1 win to Arsenal, but I do fancy Leicester to go into the game. To be honest, you can't really predict a loss, can you? So you might as well go for it. So yeah, 2-2 draw tomorrow. It's going to be another good game, I think, for Arsenal. Jesus will score his first goal in the Premier League for them. I think Saliba will score from a corner for Leicester. I think Tielemans will interestingly score against Arsenal, and Jamie Vardy, as always, bagging his first goal this season. Fingers crossed. Obviously, tomorrow it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be interesting to see how Leicester do play, but you want to be playing these good sides towards the start of the series and then really focus on that form between October and that type of period. So yeah, tomorrow 2-2 draw is my prediction. And that is where I'm going to put a wrap on today's video. Hopefully you guys have all enjoyed it. Of course, the Arsenal vs Leicester match preview. The second game has come round very quickly from the Brentford game as well. But if you have enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe as well. As always, if you guys haven't already, like I always say, let me know your thoughts on this game in the comment section down below. I'll see you all tomorrow after the game for the 5 things we did learn. Sadly, there'll be no match day vlog. I'm not going to the game tomorrow. I'll probably won't be going to too many aways for a while, but then I'll be going to quite a few. So that's the plan, boys and girls. But yeah, big game tomorrow. Have a good time if you boys are making a trip to the Emirates, and hopefully we can pick up a result. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. But yeah, another week of Premier League football, things we'd love to see. So yeah, I'm in Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Peace, guys.